All right, let's talk about a huge update for anyone using Azure. If you're running virtual machines or scale sets, you're going to want to pay close attention. There's a mandatory migration coming up with a very real deadline. And, ignoring this one, well, it could cause some serious problems. So let's just get right to it. Picture this. One of your most important production VMs needs a reboot, and it just doesn't come back online. Ever. It sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, that is the actual risk we're talking about today. And don't worry, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to make sure that never happens. So what's all the fuss about? Well, Microsoft dropped a pretty major announcement about one of its key security services. And believe me, the clock is ticking. Here's the bottom line. Azure Disk Encryption, the service a ton of us use to encrypt VM disks with BitLocker or dmcrypt, is officially being retired. It's getting phased out, but for a really good reason. There's newer, much better tech to take its place. Okay, so what's the timeline look like? Right now, everything's working as usual, and you've got until September 15th, 2028. But don't let that date fool you. It is a hard stop. It's not a suggestion, it's not a guideline, it's the last day this service is going to work. Period. And this is the part you really need to hear. After that deadline in 2028, any VMs still using the old Azure Disk Encryption will actually keep running for a little while. But, and this is a huge but, they will fail to unlock after a reboot. Just think about that for a second. A simple restart, something you do all the time, could permanently take a service offline. You're probably asking, why is Microsoft doing this? And it's a fair question. This isn't just about getting rid of an old feature. It's really a strategic push toward a much more modern, more powerful encryption platform. And you can see it in their own words. Microsoft says they want you to transition to experience new capabilities. And that really frames it perfectly, doesn't it? This isn't just another box to check for compliance. It's a real opportunity to level up your security and performance. So what are these new capabilities? Well, for starters, we're talking about way broader OS support, a much stronger security setup, and this is a big one for a lot of people, full support for custom disk images. Oh, and you also get a serious performance boost because the encryption happens right at the host level, which is way more efficient. So if Azure Disk Encryption is on its way out, what's in? What's the new plan? Well, luckily, Microsoft has laid out a really clear path forward. The main recommendation is a feature called encryption at host. Basically, it encrypts your data right on the server that's hosting your VM. It happens at the source. This is what gives you all those awesome performance and security benefits we just mentioned. For almost everyone moving off the old system, this is going to be your go-to solution. Now, it's worth a quick mention that there is another option. If you're in an environment with super high security needs, like top-tier confidentiality, Microsoft also points to their confidential virtual machines. They have their own advanced OS disk encryption. It's a bit more specialized, for sure, but it's good to know it's out there. Okay, so we know this is a change you have to make, but let's flip that around and focus on the good stuff. What are the actual benefits you get for making this move? What's in it for you? Let's just put them right next to each other. The old way, it was kind of limited. With encryption at host, you're getting better OS support, a jump in performance, stronger security, and you can finally use your custom images. I mean, look at that. It's a clear win in every single category. So the main takeaway here is pretty simple. You're not just doing this to stay compliant. You are getting a legitimate upgrade across the board in performance, compatibility, and security. This is really about modernizing your entire cloud setup. All right, so we get the why and we get the what. Now for the most important part, the how. Let's break down exactly what you need to do. Let's talk action plan. Here's your playbook, broken down into 4 simple steps. Step 1, you've got to find every single resource, every VM, every scale set that's using the old encryption. Step 2, pick your new solution, which for most of you is going to be encryption at host. Step 3, Microsoft has published some really detailed guides, so follow those step by step. And finally, step 4, and this is the big one. Do not put this off. Get this migration done long before that 2028 deadline sneaks up on you. So burn this date into your memory, September 15th, 2028. Think of it as your project deadline, not some far-off problem for another day. You do not want this date to be the reason one of your services goes down. Start planning your move now. And that really brings us to a final, bigger thought. This whole migration, it's about more than just swapping out one service for another. It's a perfect chance to step back and ask a really important question. Is your cloud security strategy really ready for what's next? This is the perfect excuse to make sure the answer to that question is a definite yes.